If you are serious about what protein you use, then use what Jersey Jay-Z uses. Equip Foods Protein. Order yours now at equipfoods.com and use the promo code JerseyJZ for a special discount.
What's up, guys? Joe Zapata here with the bodybuilding legend himself, Gregg Valentino. What's up, Greg?
Joe, don't mind me. I'm eating a fucking Quest cookie.
Well, we got a lot to talk about, man. The aliens have landed, and we've seen them.
Nice game, all right.
Yeah. So Trump released those files. So what do you think?
I think it's a fucking bullshit. You know, you see a BB going across the street. There it is. There's your fucking aliens. And you know what's funny? I always say, you know, what's his name there? Fucking, I don't like him. Tyson, DeGrasse Tyson, Neil deGrasse Tyson. Now, he was saying the same shit I say. There's cameras fucking everywhere. Everybody's got a camera today, wherever you go. And the best fucking thing you could give me is some grainy fucking picture, video of a little BB going across the fucking thing. That's not alien. I want to see a motherfucking alien. I want to see the ship up close. I want to see, like, there it is. You know what I mean? And
Yeah. I mean, I still believe in that stuff. I believe aliens. Something's out there. Something's out there. I think. I don't know. That's
you know what it is, Joe? I have a double. If I show you some of the shit that I watch, right? I have two double feelings for it. It's just like people don't believe in God or don't believe in the afterlife. You know, I have double feelings for that because I agree that I know that there's cave dwellings and shit like that where fucking 10,000 years ago, caveman fucking drew a picture of what looks like an airplane and men coming at us. You know, the reason why we always say God is up there, like we always say, God's up on the clouds, right? Right? We think of God, some old man sitting up on a cloud, going, look at them motherfuckers down there, right? The reason why I say it is because we got that from the cave drawings and ancient men. We were always told that God comes from heaven, and the people saw. Like back in the fucking caveman days, there's fucking pictures of that shit. Like where they're drawing what looks like spaceships, right? That's fucking 10,000, fucking 100,000 years ago.
Yep.
I agree with that. But then I watched the fucking the scientists who study this, who fucking like that star number 87263. You know what I mean? Like, and they give you the reasons why technically it's impossible. Not that they're saying we definitely believe 100% that there's life out there.
Yes.
But for us to connect with them or for them to come here, it's mathematically impossible. You know, and if they show you why, so I sit here and I go, fuck, you know, I don't know what the fuck. I'm like, 1 minute I'm this way, and the next minute I'm that way. Then I'm this way. You know what I mean?
They may be on Earth already, walking around, and we don't even know about it.
Well, my mother-in-law's a fucking alien. Matter of fact, she's been thrown out of this country a few times. She keeps coming back. People, you know what's funny? People think I'm joking about that. She really went. She's fucking. I told you, fucking just before the election. I told you this story, right?
Yeah, you told me.
A couple weeks before the election, Lucia gets a picture, right? A text message from her. And there she is, like this. Like, look at jail photo. Holding a fucking thing like this, right? And my girl Lucia goes, "What the fuck is that? What are you showing me?" And she goes, "I'm a citizen." You know what I mean? And she goes, "What do you mean you're a citizen?" I'm a citizen, okay? You pay respect. I'm a citizen. Anyway.
Oh my God.
And you know what they did? They went down there because she works in a factory with all these other fucking, you know, none of them speak English, right? So they get the one that speaks English, which is Lucia's sister, believe it or not. She speaks English, so she can fucking talk to them, and she's fucking shot too. But anyway, so, you know, Lucia goes, how'd you get that though? How'd you get your citizenship? They came down. They asked, well, you Democrat. Yeah, Democrat. Biden. Yeah, Biden. Okay. Here you go. So now Lucia's mother's a citizen. So Lucia's on, on the warpath trying to get her to renounce her citizenship and get her to fuck out.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding with that.
Oh man, let's say hello to a couple people in the chat here. Shamble F9S says aliens are now classified as a phenomenon by the government.
Don't mind them being very professional.
They're now just superstitious jumbo palumbo. Okay. Greg Hoffman, he says, "Hey Joe, ask Greg if Dave is having a half off Fire Island sale on Fiberlies at the end of the month."
Fire Island sale.
I don't know.
There'd be fire in the hall. You know what I mean?
Greg Hoffman said, "God bless you both, guys. Make Alabama great again." Well, we'll see what happens there.
Well, there's might be.
My man Dan the man's checking in. Good evening, Joe and Greg. What is
Dan?
going
How you
on?
doing, brother?
What is going on? And I just want to let everyone know, if you guys are going to be around this Saturday, in Parsippany, New Jersey, is the 80s Wrestling Con. I will be there. I will be there at the 80s Wrestling Con. I have it posted here. It's in Parsippany, New Jersey. They're going to be doing a live podcast with a bunch of people. Tito Santana, Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man, Coco Beware. I mean, Demolition, who just got into the Hall of Fame. Jake the Snake Roberts. A lot of 80s wrestlers will be there. I'm going to be there with them. So come down, say hello. It opens at 10 a.m. So come on down. It's going to be a good time, man. So I'm going to go. Morella, her niece, and a couple other people going. So we're going to have a good time.
Joe, I want to stop the show because I see our boy Brian Pablo is in the chats. I haven't seen him in a long time. Brian, it's so good to see you, man. I hope you're doing well.
Yes,
I hope there's no drama.
That's
Brian my boy
Pablo.
right there,
Yes,
Brian
been
Pablo.
too long.
Right
Brian, yes, we haven't seen him in a long time. Brian, thank God you're back. We were worrying about you.
And I got to say one more thing, Joseph. I think that Rick Simon's pissed because didn't he get pissed because I was talking about I think he's maybe possibly liberal or something. And didn't he tell me I'm full of shit or something like that a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, maybe he did. Maybe he did. He did say, was a little bit upset, I guess.
Well, Rick, come back. We're good. There's no problems.
Yeah, there's no problems. Let me see.
You're
who
allowed
else.
to think what you think, but I'm glad to see Brian Pablo here, by the way.
Yes, the biggest bad bear. So Greg and I had a talk with the other bear, and he's going to tame it a notch regarding his bipolar sarcasm towards you. Okay.
That's not the big bad. I don't know who that is. There's too many bears now. We're going crazy. I'm waiting for the polar bear.
Natalia, hi everyone.
Natalia, how you doing, brother?
By the way, did you see the Kevin Hart roast? By the way,
no.
So I just want to make sure, because it's kind of, you're going to see maybe out in the, so the Kevin Hart roast was there, and so obviously the crowd was probably geared to Kevin Hart more, less, So Peter Davison came up and he said a joke, about Charlie Kirk.
Okay.
And it was, a joke about, and he made fun of Tony Hinchcliffe, his name is, about he takes it in the throat like Charlie Kirk. Okay. So then when Tony Hinchcliffe got up there, he said a joke about George Floyd, and everyone got kind of pissy.
Really?
But it's the same standard. It's the same thing. It's just different.
Who made Pete Davidson made the joke about
Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, well, Pete Davidson's white trash.
You
know what I'm saying?
And then Tony Hinchcliffe, who's been on Joe Rogan, Hinchcliffe is his last name. He's a comedian, whenever he's on Joe Rogan. He always does stuff for Joe Rogan. He said a George Floyd joke. And then people were saying, "Oh, look, you can't say that about," people are, mostly the Democrats are all,
It's just sick. It's sick how they applaud fucking murder today. It's just unbelievable how that the left feels like they can kill people. If Trump died, they would actually have ding dong, the witch is dead, the bitch is dead, the bitch is dead.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Yep. Brian Pablo, very long time no see, fellas. Yes, I know, Brian. We were worrying about you. Ruben Sanchez, what's up, guys and girls? Ruben Sanchez, what's going on?
How you doing, brother?
James Kirkpatrick, evening, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, what's going on?
Thank you, James.
Greg, trash sniffer. Hey, Greg, what's the craziest thing you ever found while trash diving?
Picture your mother and father. No, I don't. That's so stupid. They think I dumpster dive because Dave calls it dumpster dive. It's not dumpster. I've never done.
Yes.
Dave was like, "Holy fuck!" The shit I've. He has no idea. Forget it. I mean, we get like ellipticals and treadmills. I got a fucking
Yep.
What do you call that treadmill? Runs with the fucking. You can use your iPhone to get the fucking treadmill. It's like I got massage chairs. Here, these guys have no clue, but whatever.
Yeah,
I have
Mike
found
Adams.
crazy shit though. We found I found like cock rings. We found dildos, but you're not gonna take that shit. You know what I mean? It's like fucking. It was up
Mm.
somebody's ass. There was one that had like the double thing. One goes in the butthole, the other goes in the vagina. You know what I'm saying? It's a thing like this. And I was
Um,
like, Lucia, let's give this to your mother for mother.
Mother's Day. Mike M said, long time, no view. What's up, guys? Hey, what's going
Mike
on?
M,
Mike
what's
M.
going on, brother?
All right. Knight Rider 12 says, the aliens are here. I'm ready to take for them to take me. Yeah, the aliens. I believe the aliens are here too. I mean, I believe something's going on. I think they're
I don't
around.
know what the fuck.
Who knows? But who knows? You know,
But if
Trump
the
released the
aliens might not
files.
look anything like us, but you know what I'm saying? Like everybody thinks they're little gray men, but I don't know. Who knows? Whatever.
Richard Rich 170. What's going on? Hey guys, what's going on, Rich?
Joe,
Brian,
you and I should do a real show on the whole fucking thing about that stuff, where we show like the
whole
real,
alien stuff.
yeah, the real deal. Because I swear to God, I go like this. I'm like fucking half high. I don't know whether to believe or what to, because the scientists make me believe that there are no aliens. You know, but then again, I know about the cave drawings and all that shit. So you know, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah. So I mean, you're confused. You're on both sides, right? You don't know. You think they are
I
or
mean,
not?
1 minute, I fucking, like, there's things like, how the fuck are there, there's pyramids that are in the fucking North America, South America, over in fucking, you know what I mean? Like, there's different things as shit that couldn't be done. 10,000. They say the pyramids are 4,000 years. Some scientists say they're actually older than 4,000 years. How the fuck do you get, I don't know. You know what I mean? But, without help. I don't know. I don't. How did Christopher Columbus? Do you think he was fucking like smoking fucking crack or fucking whatever when he in his writings and his diary? Christopher Columbus claims that when he was on the fucking boat coming over here, he was sitting out, couldn't sleep, sat out in the middle of the fucking in the deck one day, and all of a sudden it's middle of the night. He sees this giant light come up out of the ocean and it's shooting to the air. That's what Christopher Columbus said. I mean, they didn't know anything about UFOs. He didn't know about lights and shit like that. You know what I mean? So you say, well,
Yeah.
what do I believe? I don't fucking know.
We got a $10 super chat from Brian Pablo. He says, checking in if the super chat's still working. So good to see you all, dude. I need your help. You are the best person to ask about this. I am now a father to a baby boy.
There you go. Oh. Congratulations. That comes before anything else. Trust me, Brian. Nothing else has priority over that. Aside from watching this show on Thursday nights. But right. I'm just kidding. No, Brian, if there's anything I can help you with, ask me, because let me tell you, I hope you're not stressing anything. That's the best thing. Don't worry about money or any of that shit. All that shit just comes, it's being a father is the greatest. But Joe's a father too. So he'll tell you that's the greatest thing on the planet, man.
Yep, exactly.
Congratulations.
Yep, congratulations. Dan said, Greg, do you have a tunnel from your house all the way to Mexico so your mother-in-law can travel back and forth?
Dude, if I did, I would throw dirt in it. Like just fucking lock it up.
Did you ever see when like El Chapo escaped the tunnel they made? He had like motorcycle in it, and
he was just complaining, asking the government, "Can I at least be put in jail in Mexico?" So,
yeah, okay.
Get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, you're out of your fucking
He's
mind.
in like a federal. They ain't getting nowhere now. But I mean, they had it on a week ago where they were saying that he's complaining and he's saying this isn't right. I'm not from this country. I should be in jail in Mexico. If you want to put me in jail, put me in Mexico. Give him a better chance, Yeah, the motorcycles and the fucking.
Yeah, they had everything. Knight Rider says they are not traveling without technology. They are bending space and using portals.
I don't know if you talk to the fucking people. Okay, if you talk to the actual, I'm not talking about the scientists. The guys use the Hubble telescope, the real scientists, the ones who find the planets, they're not saying that there's no life. First of all, they say the life may not be anything like what we consider life. You know what I mean? But they are saying they do believe that there's other planets. They say it's almost impossible to think that there's not another planet that's not inhabited. But what they're saying is the closest planet to us that could even possibly be inhabited is at least 250,000 light years away. There's no portholes. You can't go to a black hole. You would die. That's all bullshit. They're saying there's no way that they can get here. You know what I mean? In our lifetime, they think at one time there might have been some sort of life on Mars because Mars has there was once reservoirs and oceans and shit on Mars. It's a planet of rust and bullshit. You know what I mean? They have found like fossils of like certain bacterias and shit on Mars, but they don't, we don't know. But I'm just saying, I don't fucking know. I can show you guys shit where you guys would be, like evidence and all the big fucking. Even Neil deGrasse Tyson, who I don't like, says, no, it's impossible. We can never go there and they can never come here. And they tell you why,
AR says, hey, Greg, do you think Dave and John are jealous because of Jimmy for the documentary because they're really negative during after hours?
No. They're ball busters. They're ball busters.
Dave is actually going to be part of the documentary.
Yeah, Dave's going to be in the documentary.
Because we talked to him about it and, he's, all on board and everything. It's just that I think Jimmy has sometimes higher expectations than we don't know a lot of.
You also have to understand something. I've done this before. Okay, I actually was supposed to do that shit I did with fucking Vice TV, right? I was supposed to do a whole show, right? They did this whole thing with me. It actually went on to be a book. It was on. It was on that Times Square. We were on a billboard in New York City, Times Square. What was the fucking name of that shit, Joe? I don't even remember. Anyway, I forgot what the fucking name. I'm in the fuck. It's the movie. I'm a whole part of me, but whatever. We started filming this shit with Antoine Fuqua, who did like The Equalizer and all that shit. I started filming that shit in like 2018 or 17 or shit. Then it went on hold. I thought, oh fuck, we're done with this. 5 years later, they get back to me and we finish it. And the same producers did the show with Vice. So the people that did the show with Vice, also A&E, there's Vice and A&E is owned by the same parent company. The same producers, right? I thought it was dead. So 5 fucking years later, we finished it. I thought it was dead in the water. And Antoine Fuqua stepped out. So the point I'm trying to make is it doesn't just happen right away. Not with this. You know what I mean? There's other things that have come before. And Joe will tell you that Phil, the guy that's the producer, has other projects. Somebody's got to finance this shit, Nobody just, it costs money to have crews coming out and filming everybody because I'm going to be doing it with Joe, right? In the thing. It takes time to do these things. And you got to have people that can talk. You can't just have your Uncle Tanus in there and be like, so how long have you known Jimmy? All my life. Okay. Was Jimmy always like a strong guy? Yeah, he was strong. 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 As strong as a kid. Anyway, listen, there's a very famous bodybuilder. I don't want to say his name because I like him a lot. I used to make jokes, I worked with him at Muscular Development. Robbie Durand interviewed him, and he used to say, Jesus Christ, you gotta talk. Because they would ask him questions, how you doing? What, for the next show? You're going to the Olympia this year, right? How are you going to train for that? I'm training for the Olympia. I think, I'm just going to do this, that, the other thing. Okay, let's talk. A little bit more talking. Because some people don't talk. I don't shut the fuck up. Joe's sitting there right now saying, Morella's probably in the background going, shut up.
But, with Jimmy, and Jimmy's funny because,
Jimmy's great.
Everything's fine. But he said to me, when we're trying to get people who are going to be in it, we have to get a list together.
Right.
Jimmy hands me like a 3-page document of all the people. And I almost fainted because you can't have 25, 30 people in a documentary. It's impossible. And I'm like,
yes, but Jimmy's excited. So, and we're excited for Jimmy.
For him, of course.
We're, so it's we all want to. Dave's going to be in it. So Dave's not against Jimmy.
Of course.
Dave loves breaking Jimmy's balls because he loves Jimmy. That's all. And so does John. We're all friends. Outside this shit, we're all good friends. Dave likes to break Jimmy's balls. Like it makes it, because Jimmy's easy to rile up. Lee does it all the time.
Lee does it all the time.
All
as
the
you
time.
Guys
If
know.
I'm doing Lee and Jimmy, and Lee will say things and get Jimmy like, fucker, you know what I'm saying? It's actually funny, So
100%. Dan said, "Congratulations, Brian."
Yes, Brian's dude. I'm so happy for Brian. Well, I think he asked another question here, Joe. I see something yellow.
Let's see. Yellow.
Go down. Do you see it?
Yes, I got another one right here. Hold on.
I'll send you an email. It's private.
Let's see. I'll send an email as it's private. I'm good, but the situation is unique.
Listen,
hear from me. My girl are good, and she has says I'm natural being a dad. First time. Advice for being the best dad.
Listen, I could help you big time. Do you have what I talk to Lee on WhatsApp because we have to do it that way with text message because the phones are different because you're in Australia. But do you have WhatsApp? Because if you do, if you send that to me, I can talk to you on, we could talk on a phone. You know what I'm saying? It's no problem. I can talk to you like that. And it won't cost you a penny because that's the whole idea. Lee talks to all of me, Jimmy, Joe. We do WhatsApp because you're in Australia and we're here. So, the phone doesn't, the regular phone ain't going to work like that. But
Yeah.
if you do, send me your WhatsApp and I will call you. I'll tell you time to call. You can call me. I'll give you my number and you can call me and we'll talk on the phone. It makes it easier than a message. But I'll be more than happy to, email you back. So get a hold of me and let's talk.
Okay. Brian Pablo said, love the pic of Greg taking a probe from behind from the aliens. That's the thumbnail. Did you see the thumbnail?
Yeah, I did. I saw it. It's fucking funny. It's funny.
That was a thumbnail. Steve Z said, what's up, Joe and Greg? My shower leaks outside the house when I use it.
Steve, let me tell you, Steve can break balls with the best of them. That's an inside joke. Steve is a ball breaker, but I love him. Steve's a great guy. Holly was asking for you, Steve, before. So,
Mike M says, get Jimmy on when you do the alien show. Yeah, I got to talk about
Holy
Jimmy
Christ
with the flat Earth.
Dude,
yeah, the flat Earth.
Fucking people think that that's a joke with him. It's not a joke. He's serious, right, Joe? Tell him. That's 100%. Not a joke. That's not for the TV, like the what do you call this? The YouTube shit. It's not for that. It's real. Wait, if me, Joe, was sitting here and he starts with, Leo, yes, like agree with him to fucking get him like souped up more,
Yep, 100%. He's
that's not a joke. Jimmy believes that shit.
Yep, he does. Jimmy does believe that shit. We go out to eat and he'll start bringing it up and he'll say, hey, it is a flat. And he'll try to explain it to us. And we're like, okay, whatever. Natalia said, so what's up with Lee? Well, Lee's traveling a lot.
Good. Lee's good. Lee's in Italy right now. He's in Italy. He's with my boy Alessandro.
Mr. G T Johnny says, hey guys, watching in bed at 1 a.m. in Ireland. Greg, do you smell the dildo? The double dildo?
No, I didn't want to smell it. My girlfriend's like, throw that down, put that down. You know what I mean? We find all kinds of crazy shit, lingerie, shit. People throw it away, but we're not going to take that. You know what I mean? I don't want to be part of that stuff. One time, there was a little, like a sucrete bar. Sucrete's for your throat, right? And I'm like, there's something in here, and it don't sound like sucrete's open. It's a cock ring. You know what I mean? Fucking funny. I get the fuck out of here. But
Bruno Valentino said, Joe, is that the Hulk Hogan action figure from the 80s in the background? Yes, that's the Hulk Hogan action figure from the 80s.
Oh shit, I didn't even see that, Joe.
Yeah,
I can't see shit.
I know. Knight Rider says, but Greg, you're not understanding it. They are not using our technology to travel. They have technology we don't have. That's how they can travel here. It's a portal.
Listen, Knight Rider, Knight Rider, listen to me. I've talked with you. I agree with you with a lot of shit. I'm not saying that, but the other side, what they say is the technology bullshit. They're saying math is math. The math of the universe. They know like stars do this, and this star is going to implode, and sure enough, through the math, it implodes. This star is going to whatever. They know the math of the universe says that it can't. It's impossible for them to come here while we're here, like in our lifetime. They may have been here before us. I don't know. They may be here after. I don't know. But you got to watch. Knight Rider, I will send you some documentaries that you can watch. I'm not against you with that. I'm torn. I'm left and I'm right. They fuck me up though when because the science is the science. I can show you shows where they'll like shoot you down, but I don't know, man. Yeah. They say, that's when you talk to the scientists, Joe, they say that's everybody uses that same shit. How do you know that their science is the same as ours? How do you know that, they don't have different means of transportation? Nobody can travel the speed of light or warp speed. That's all bullshit. That's movies. It's impossible. First of all, you'd never have enough fuel to do that. And you would disintegrate. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole, there's a whole thing about that, but
I think some of the technology that we have today, we got pretty advanced quickly with some technology recently. And maybe it's because we found something or a ship or something. And then
I know what you're saying. I hear that shit all the time, but I don't know. I fucking have no clue. If you talk to the scientists, they tell you no, and they give you perfectly reasons why. I don't know. All those things that you see, those little gritty things, like, look, there's a fucking thing and it flies over that way and it goes that way.
Or
And
maybe
then they have like guys who show you what that really is. It's not that.
you know, maybe they're that fast they get away from the camera. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I know. Listen. I don't
I don't know.
know.
I don't know.
Mm.
Mr. G, Johnny says, Greg, you're incorrect. When a scientist says they think aliens can't travel here, that's because they can only explain from our understanding of physics, which is nothing. They still don't understand gravity
They
completely.
claim this. They claim the science of the universe, the physics, all that shit. It's the same. The physics is, if it's a science, it's the science. 250,000 light years is 250,000 light years at the speed of light. Nothing can travel faster or even close to the speed of light. They give you this whole thing about it. So if there's no planets that are within that distant, it would take forever to get here. All that shit, you're watching scientific movies where people go to sleep and then they get woken up like 100 years later. All that's bullshit. They tell you why. It's impossible.
Brian Pablo said, aliens are already are all here. Yes. We already know are all here. Yes.
They've been coming here since Biden opened up the border.
Yep. 100%. By the way, was your mother-in-law in South Jersey? Because there was a bunch of whale sightings in Cape May.
I think she was skinny dipping. She might have been skinny dipping with her sisters.
Okay. Yep. That's by the way, I just want to let you know. Yeah.
Push it back in the water. Well on the beach. Harpoon it. You know what I mean? Harpoon it. Well on the beach. Well on the beach.
All right. Greg, was it hard dating your ex who had a drug issue since you never drank or on drugs? Curious because
no, because when they're with me, they don't do that shit. I don't hang. I can't be with a girl that's doing drugs. So, you know what I mean? She spent a couple of days with her friends, and that's what fucking did it. And you got to understand something. I had that girl clean, man. I can't be with somebody that's fucking smoking and drinking and shit like that. I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? I can understand, like, if I go out with my girlfriend and we're at a party, right? And there's like, we don't go to wild parties, but we go to my friend has like, they have martinis and bullshit like that. She'll have like, I had a little bit of an apple martini, but then she gets like this. You know what I mean? Like cross-eyed and shit real fast. So, I remember I was with Steve Blackman. And he bought us dinner, and he gets this wine, Joe. That's like fucking, it's $500 a bottle and shit. And she took a few sips of it, and she was like, "Holy fuck!" I took like 2 sips. I think I'm getting drunk. She starts feeling loopy, So I'm like, okay, yeah, enough then. You know what I mean? But I don't stop her if she wants to have a drink. I'm not gonna stop her. But you can start getting drunk around me. I never thought of when I see people drinking and they're fucking puking and shit like that. I never said, wow, that's a good time. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like it. I don't like to be around that. Even my friends, if my friend's really drunk, I like to be like, okay, I don't hang out with guys that do that shit though either. So I don't like it.
Yeah. The dude, what's up, fellas? We got Bush. Yes, we do.
Yes, we do, brother.
Brian Pablo said, I have WhatsApp. Yes. And he said it would be an absolute pleasure to talk to you.
Brian, email me your WhatsApp, and I'm going to email you mine. And tell me the best times to call. See, the problem is I'm in New York, and you're in Australia. So, what's 3 a.m. there is fucking, I don't know, 2 p.m. here. The next day, Lee has me all fucking cockeyed with that shit. But tell me times like New York times, and you and I will coordinate that. And I could even, I think with Joe, WhatsApp, can you like text message too, right? You can?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. See, I don't do any shit. My girlfriend does it all. So I'll have her set it up where I can text message and we'll talk on the phone, Brian. It's easier that way. It's great. It'd be fucking no problem for me to do that with you.
Yeah.
So 100%. Send me your WhatsApp and I'll send you my WhatsApp. As soon as I'll have my girlfriend send it to you and we'll text each other to come up with a time where we can talk, or you can even ask me stuff through the text message. But it's easier for me, unless I make a video clip and send it to you, because I don't shut the fuck up, as Joe can tell you. And I had Joe's like this, driving a fucking car like this, because he was tired, but I had him wired at the same time, because he's like, because I'm like talking like, and Joe's like, yeah, like that.
Yes, you did.
3 hours.
Yeah. Jacked Up Beaver says, do you think the reason Dave was negative towards Jimmy's documentary was because Dave had to post it on his own documentary on his own channel? Jimmy's going to maybe make it to Netflix. No, Dave is going to be in it.
Dave is in the documentary.
That's going to be in it. He's just
it's
busting
going
his
to be
chops.
in it. It's going to be one of those guys. You know, there's going to be a few guys that talk. Dave's
Yes.
one of them.
Yes,
So
because we talked
it's
to
not.
Dave about it.
Dave likes to break Jimmy's balls. If Jimmy says, I like the color blue, Dave would be like, why do you like blue? You should like red. You know what I mean? Like, and then he'll break his balls about it and say, you know what likes blue? You know, blue, you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So Dave just, it's a fun. They're really close friends, you know?
Yeah. I think they watched him because Jimmy thinks he's going to be the next Brad Pitt after this.
Well, you know, maybe they think he's going to get a trailer and a fucking seat.
He's going to be,
you know, but it's all in fun. It's all in fun. It's just ball breaking. Jimmy knows it too.
yeah, Jimmy knows.
That's almost like you know, remember Ignatz, the cartoon where he likes the chick, so he hits her in the head with a brick, and that makes her fucking fall in love with him. You know, it's almost like Jimmy likes, like, no. Let me tell you something. Lee Priest, like my friend Steve Z, that just was in a column here, the ball fucking breaker, like you like MC squared. Well, Lee Priest is the same way. We drew with Lee. He breaks my balls. He breaks Jimmy's balls so bad. That's what makes Jimmy love him. He'll break Jimmy's balls. He can say the most fucked up shit to Jimmy and do the most fuck. I watched him get Jimmy drunk. It was the funniest fucking thing. You know what I mean? And now Jimmy's like, I can't do that no more. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, Jimmy likes that. It's attention. He likes that. He's not mad. Believe me.
No. And Jimmy has a very big heart because
Jimmy's
and he's very passionate about his friends because even if I don't call him back, he thinks, you know, like I'm working or something. I don't call him back. He gets emotional, just like he is what they were talking about with me.
Joe has
and I don't call him back.
Joe
I have a lot of things going on.
Life, right?
Yes, I have a lot of personal things going on.
Right, and nothing bad. But Joe, it's Joe's deal. But so Joe, Jimmy'd be like, "Why didn't you call me, bro? Would you fuck because I didn't do a show that one time?" And I'm like, "No, relax. He still loves you, bro.
I love you, brother. Don't worry about it."
And he's like, "Yeah, but how could he love me if he does it? I think you know." So it's just, you know, Jimmy's
very passionate.
Jimmy's one of those guys that calls you up. You got to answer or call him right back so he knows you're okay. He's like your aunt or your grandmother or somebody, like, you know, I got to know you're okay. If you say I'm okay, Jimmy, listen, I'm great. I'm just doing something. I'll call you back. Then he's fine. But if you don't answer him and he calls you a few times, he was calling me. Why isn't Joe calling me back? You know?
Yeah, but if you're in the middle of a firefight, you want that.
We want Jimmy to go there.
Jimmy, that's the type of friend he is. He help you. You call him up to bury a body, he'll be right there.
See, these guys, let me tell you something, Jimmy Pletcher. If you guys don't know, if you guys only see the guy that's on After Hours, you would see to him fucking back in the day, bro, that guy can fight. He'd fucking clear up 5 guys at one time. He's like a fucking, you know, he's a martial artist. I don't know if you know that. I've seen him kick a beam 7 feet high on a ceiling. You know what I'm saying? He used to fucking hit the heavy bag. It was fucking thing fold in half. He throws kicks. Even to this day, he'll go in his backyard and he'll throw kicks up here. I mean, and his kicks are fucking hard. He don't fear nobody, bro. He's the most easygoing, loving guy. But if somebody fucks with somebody he loves, they're you know, he could hurt them really bad.
Yeah.
Really
once he's your friend,
he's no joke.
He loves you once he's your friend, and that he will do anything for you. Anything.
So it's that shit with him and Dave is just ball breaking, but it's a way of almost like
for the show.
There's some people like when you break their nuts, it's almost like attention. They like it, you know. It's almost like he loves me. Nobody break Lee Priest too. Lee breaks balls. Let me tell you something. That's a ball breaker, right, Joe?
Yeah, 100%.
He breaks my fucking nuts too. You know what I mean? But Jimmy finds that he likes that. It's like a form of attention. So it's all in fun. There's no bad blood. Trust me.
No,
I would tell you if there was. There's none.
Brian Pablo said, "Hey, bro, I'm into astronomy also a lot." And he says, even if the speed of light, it won't be enough to explore the universe with the limited human lifespan.
That's what they're saying. It's the speed of light. First of all, you wouldn't be able to travel the speed of light. If they have no way of, you know what kind of fuel it would take to make something travel that fast? It's impossible. But
maybe
everybody thinks, well, you know, their science is different than ours. That's the most easy saying. You know, like, you know, I'm just telling you, we'll see what happens. I mean, If Trump would have fucking released something where you see there's a fucking fossils of like some dead fucking alien or something like that, you know, or there's some fucking alien laying there dead, like all fucking mummified and shit, then we'd be like, holy fuck. But even he hasn't seen that. All he sees is the same thing. This really grainy footage of a speck going like that. You know what I mean?
If he had a press conference and brought out your mother-in-law, then everyone would be like,
Everybody be like
we're
Casper,
being
it's a
invaded.
ghost. They'd all fucking run away. They'd be like, is that Bigfoot? Is that the Loch Ness monster? It's all in one. When she went swimming in Scotland, and then now that's the Loch Ness monster. Then she went camping up in fucking northern fucking Canada, and they said, oh, fucking Bigfoot, you know. Then she took a vacation in Tibet, and then they said, oh, the fucking Yeti, the abominable snowman. The only thing they got right was man.
Yeah, exactly. My trans girlfriend blows farts with higher IQ than Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I'll bet you
He said men and women are the same.
Okay.
You know, I'm sure he was. Yep. I think aliens are us from the future. What is the chance that humanoids like us?
Aliens are us in the future. That's what I think. I've said that all the time. I say that if there really is aliens, I don't think it's aliens. It could be us that actually hit some sort of porthole. Okay, that you can go into time. Like they did say that the one thing they do say is that time travel is possible, but not back, forward only. Did see that. So I don't know. I do believe that it's like, you know, like the Star Trek thing, like, you know, you can't get involved. You know what I mean? You have to sit there, you know, like it could be us. I don't know. That's probably the best example of what I believe that alien thing is. It's possible.
Capuchin said, it's dumb. If aliens could travel here today, there's nothing saying that couldn't have done 50 years ago. Why that we have more tech now, people think aliens do.
I'm not sure what you're trying to say with that, but no, they're saying it hasn't happened, whether it's 50 years ago or what they mean is like, there's a big difference between 100,000 years ago. Listen, there's planets. You don't understand, you guys. Listen, if there's a fucking light, a star that you see in the sky, right? And that sky is fucking, it's a fucking million light years away, right? Million light years, right? If somebody's on that planet right now and they're looking like this through a telescope and they're looking at Earth, and if they could see Earth, you know what they'd see? Dinosaurs. You know why? Because the light that bounces off the Earth and travels at light speed, a million light years away. It'll take 1,000,000 years at the speed of light to reach that fucking planet. So that light is 1,000,000 years old. So they would see the Earth from 1,000,000 years ago. You might see that. You might say, "Look at that star. It's 1,000,000 light years away. That star may have blown up, fucking 100,000 years ago. But you still see that light because it took that long to travel here. And 100,000 years from now, it might be gone because that's when it blew up. I'm just saying, you don't understand how. I watch this shit all the time. I know you people think I'm stupid. I may be dumb, but I'm not stupid.
Well, all right. Skip Milligan says, "Hey everybody, what's up, Skip?"
Hey, Skip, what's going on, brother?
The dude says, all I got to say, if Greg says something, it's true. We got Bush.
There you go. Thank you, the dude.
Yep. Brian Pablo says, love that 70s Bush.
Yes, I do. Love the 70s Bush. I grew up with that. Back in that day, Playboy had that shit. Now everybody they shave that shit. It looks like a fucking axe burp in the middle.
Mr. G says, our scientists are limited by our outstanding understanding of physics and the universe, which is very limited.
Mr. G, Johnny, whatever it is. Listen, I get what you're saying, but they laugh at that because they're saying they can predict fucking solar flare. They can because of math. Do you understand? The math of the science of the universe is the science. It's not like there's a different science out there. It's everything that's on Earth came from out there. Water, fucking all, you know, those planets are all made of the same shit. Gabish, you know, the moon. The moon was once part of the the Earth. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that. There's a different science out there. That makes it. That's like the easy, like, you know, the easy excuse. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh well, you don't know, Bigfoot could exist. You know?
Yeah. Well, Terrence Howard thinks that our math is completely wrong. I don't know if you've ever seen him, Terrence Howard. He says our math is wrong. You know, he's like, if 2 times 1 is 2, you know, how come 1 times 0 is 0? Like he breaks it down. He's like, if 5 plus 5 is 10, how come 4 plus 4 is a 9? Like he brings it all down. You know, it's like he has a lot of crazy stuff.
Terrence better stop fucking with them mushrooms and shit.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? That's
Peter
the stupidest thing. They can fucking predict all this shit. You have no fucking idea. They know a lot of shit, and it's all because of math.
Yeah. Knight Rider says, I saw 2 silver triangle crafts. I did too once on Knight Rider. I kind of saw, I don't know, maybe I'm nuts too. In the sky, just hovering. One flew around 2,000 miles per hour from dead stop, and the other instantly disappeared. How can human craft do this? I saw something like 2 myself.
I don't know, but I know that there's army crafts that look just like that. There are, and I know you don't want to hear that, but you don't know that they drove 2,000 miles. 2,000 miles an hour, you wouldn't even see it. It'd be like, right there. Wait, I didn't see that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying. I get it. I get it. I've seen crazy shit too. I see my mother-in-law shows up here, and I never know what the fuck that is. You know what I mean? It's cousin it from the fucking Gomez. You know. So I don't know. I know what you're saying. I'm not against it. It's just that I've been polluted by these fucking scientists, and if you watched it too, you'd be like, no, I want it to be true. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Greg, were you scared when those guys tried to rob you and your girlfriend came to save you with the gun?
Of course I was scared. What are you, crazy? Of course, yes, I was.
You were shitting your pants, huh?
I was shitting my fucking pants. I thought it was a goner. Yeah, man. Of course.
Yeah, she's lucky.
I have a scar somewhere's over here on my head. I'll let Joe. Next time you're here, I'll show it to you.
Because they hit you over the head, right, with the gun?
Mm-hmm. I was hit over the head. Yep.
Yeah, and then you just fell to the ground and everything.
That was it, bro. I was in a lot of trouble. I've been in a bunch of situations. It's even the one in fucking Staten Island. You never think of Staten Island as being tough, bro. That was one of the worst fucking shit. And it was almost like what you see in a movie. If you would think of bullshit here, it's like it was a movie. When I told you I was walking this girl Celeste back, and I was with my girlfriend and everything, and those fucking Latin King fucking guys are circling around, adult guys riding kids' bikes. You know what I'm saying? It was like fucked up. What are you doing here? And then they say shit in Spanish. It was fucked up. And then the last second, dude, I had a handgun in the handgun I was arrested with, one of them. Anyway, I was arrested with you.
Wow.
And I tell you right now, I was ready to fucking pull it out and shoot him. But the problem is, I would have got killed because there was too many of them. If I shot one, they would have all jumped on me. I would have been dead. And out of nowhere, cops come, and I think it's because I was white. They go, I don't know what you're fucking doing here, but get the fuck out of here now. And I'm like, you don't tell me twice. If they would have checked me, they would have saw I had a gun. But they must have been watching. They must have been checking what's going. They must have been
watching the area.
But yeah, a lot of crazy. I've been in stupid situations where I say to myself, "What the fuck were you?" It's almost like going in a lion's den and the lion pounces on you, and you fucking, I don't know, you smack it in the nose, it goes up like this, and you run out and you fucking close the cage. You go, "Oh my god, I got out of there. How the fuck did I get out?" And then you go in the cage the next day.
Yeah,
there's a lot of things I did.
Especially in that world with back in the 90s too, with the bodybuilders and the steroids. All of those people involved, they all got, bad group.
The difference is I wasn't dealing drugs with I wasn't going in the gym. Here, what do you need? A bottle of testosterone. No. I was dealing with drug dealers. Yeah. So I would get load and throw a load. Do you understand? Like that. Yeah. And then the guys I was dealing with were also selling, cocaine, heroin. I was dealing with street gangs, because of the doctor. You know the story. You know what I mean? Because of that one particular doctor. That's where the steroids was all coming from. And it was bad. And there's a lot of bad shit happened. And, you do stupid shit. It was crazy. Just like the fucking Russian dude in the car. And then my girlfriend's out there with the gun to her. The other guy's head, the girl and the guy. It's just fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, what are you doing? When I get arrested, I was actually almost like, holy shit. Okay, so this is how it ends. Like a relief, a little bit, which is crazy because you never know. The guys I was in with used to say, bro, you never get out of this shit. What are you going to do? Just quit? And then, because I could go to the gym, have no money in my pocket and come home with 10 grand, 20 grand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. 100%. When it's over, you think it's over,
Yeah, and then, but I could have gone back to it. I never did. And I was like,
most people go back to it. Most people go back to it.
But let me, I've talked to my friend, he called me this afternoon from jail. You know what I mean? I talked to him. What? He just called now. He just called. Oh, Lou. I mean, you got. I don't know. I wish we could text him or something. Tell his girl. Tell his daughter or something that I'm on it. He always calls when I'm doing these fucking. I did a show this afternoon. He called.
Oh wow.
You know, he's my friend. He was with me from back then. You know what I mean? He did 6 years in prison, comes out, now he's doing fucking 20. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, you know, he's spent half his life in there.
Yep. Brian Pablo said, email sent, Greg. Let me know if you get it.
Oh,
Sent.
well, yeah, I'm gonna,
Yep, they got it. So you got it, Brian.
there you go.
They got it.
Satan saw it.
Yep. Brian Powell said the Hadron Collider in the U.S. producing antimatter atoms is currently the most advanced form of fuel we currently have and will make millions of years to produce enough for interstellar travel.
Yes. And Brian's right. But the thing is, to go the speed of, like, you gotta, I don't like Neil deGrasse Tyson, but he goes deep into it. There's a few guys that go deep into it, but he even says there's no way. You don't understand. It's impossible. And they also say about the whole sleep thing, they say that there's dust in space, that even the space things have something that, how they have to get the dust out of it. I don't know. I'm not too well versed with this shit. You know what I mean? All that antimatter, black matter, you know, black matter matters. But you know, I mean, you know, again, you know, I may not, I may not be dumb, but I'm not, I may be stupid, but I'm not dumb. Anyway.
Brian Powell says light travels at 186,000 MPS.
Yes.
All right.
That's miles per second.
Miles per second. Greg, do you believe you're a better immune system from all that juice from back in the day? I did crazy amounts of juice, and I think the hit on my immune system has strengthened it.
You know what it is? Because I took so much steroids. You know, all you guys, Synthol. I didn't do Synthol. I took the fucking old bit. But, you know, I shot so many injections in me that your body sees it as like, what the fuck is this? It's you know, it's like, so it builds up like an immunity to fight all that shit. Because before that, I used to get like, you know, colds and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to fucking jinx myself. You know what I mean? That's me.
I went to, I took Morella to get her knee checked out because after the surgery, we did a follow up for after a year's surgery afterwards. And I saw her, we went to see her doctor in Summit Medical, and the doctor, I sat down and talked to him about peptides, and he's totally on board. He was one of the first doctors I ever said that he was like, that's the way of the future. He goes, I know people sometimes peptides or amino acids already in your body. He goes, that's the way it goes. He goes, peptides the future. And I know like someone like Big Frank doesn't like him, but you know, you got to think about him and look into him.
I think he just not sure about all. You know what? It's so new. Every fucking day there's a new one that fucking does, you know, something different. You know, because my doctor, my cancer doctor, you guys could look him up, Eric Gendon, the fucking #1 cancer doctor, throat cancer on the planet. He has his own fucking floor on Mount Sinai Hospital, and that's where I was in New York City, and he works with steroids, anabolic steroids. Now he says anabolic steroids are you know, because they heal, and he believes that because they're anti-wasting. And people think they cause cancer. No, they don't. They don't cause cancer. Then they could cause liver damage, especially if you take the wrong ones. But
correct,
you know, I mean, like orals and shit like that. But he's saying that they have it helps. It can help cancer patients in the future. He said, now growth hormone's a different thing. You start fucking around with that. That if you have cancer cells in you, you can accelerate them to grow. Do you understand? That's what he told me. So I never did growth hormone, even back in heyday, because I'm an androgen junkie. I'm a hyper responder, and the minute I take testosterone, you know what I mean, or anything like that. You know,
I thought it was funny because Dave brought it up on your show about peptides, and everyone's on peptides. Well, you are not on, but everyone else is on that show, on like 10 of them.
Well,
like crazy.
He tried to say, because I take insulin once in a while in a blue moon, not for bodybuilding, because I'm a diabetic, and if I eat something that bulks my sugar over, you know, 170, you know, when I was in the hospital, they made me take insulin. And my doctor says, if it's over 170, you take, you know, like, you know, a couple IUs. That's it. Nothing. You know, these guys are taking, forget about it. But I have to do that for diabetes. Now, I haven't had to do that in months because I manage my diabetes. Like you just saw me eating a fucking Quest cookie. You know what I mean? I don't eat a lot of carbs. My girlfriend even gets pissed. She's like, you need to start eating more real food, you know? But I don't eat a lot of carbs. I keep, you know, Joe, I think you've seen it. I keep a journal of all the things I do, all that, because I'm anal about that. I know my blood. If you ask me what was your blood sugar 4 years ago on this day, I can tell you. Let me go
Yep.
back. You know, so,
That's good.
you know.
AJ 1988 says, "What's going on, gents? Miss M family in the house. What's going on, AJ?"
Thank you, AJ. Thank you, brother.
Yep. Brian Pablo said, "Fastest man-made object in existence is Voyager 1, traveling at 11 miles a second, and currently at the far outer reaches of the solar system over 40 years, and still only able to reach that far."
Yes, and he's right. But they used my mother-in-law bottled up farts, and they used that, and that's how he can go 11 miles per second.
I just said,
He's right. The Voyager, you got that's what you guys don't realize. It's fucking insane. Just to go to a local planet. I think I'm not sure if it's 4 years to Mars. I don't know what the hell it is, but it's just you're not gonna whatever.
Yeah, Capuchin said, "What I'm saying in there are no aliens. Even if there was, they are too far away. Like Greg says, the government fosters these aliens stories to hide new tech."
Well, when they're breaking the fucking, we're gonna release the files. Get ready for this, and you're like, okay, and what do you see? It looks like a fly on a fucking like this, and you're like, wait, that dot. Somebody shot a BB and you fucking film it with grainy footage and you're going to tell me that's a fucking alien? I want to see a fucking alien. I want to see a ship. I want to see a crashed ship or fucking. You're going to tell me that's the best? That's the secret files? If that's the secret files, guys, that's proof there's no aliens. I mean, you hear all these stories. No, they got the crafts, they got the alien bodies, they got all that shit. Well, where if they're not in the secret files, what are they in the secret files? Anyway,
Steve Z said, "Dr. Fauci was science. He got millions of idiots to take poison shot."
yes.
Yes, he did.
Steve is also a little bit of a conspiracy theorist. I'm building 7, you know. But Steve, I know what you're trying to say, but that's that Dr. Fauci was a fake science. It's not real. That's all bullshit. I'm too good, but that's a different. You're comparing apples and oranges. Well, oranges and apples, they're both fruit. They're not the same though, and it's you're talking about these are the scientists who actually chart. Like oh, we found a new planet, and they don't name the planets like that's planet Neutron or something. No, it's like a number A361457 right there. You know what I mean? Like, and they're the ones. They're the ones who watch every little comet and meteor. They're the ones that say there's an actual asteroid that's passing Earth in about 4 years. It's going to pass over on the left side. And it's going to come close, but we're going to magnetically have our force fields, whatever, our atmosphere. Like they're the ones that do all that shit. If they're the ones that telling me that no ends, and they give it a science behind it. They can't compare Fauci, who fucking in one crack of his mouth said, one drop of spittle, what's a mask gonna do? And then fucking later, wear a mask, and it's 6 feet. And they asked him, how'd you come up with 6 feet? He goes, I don't know, like, let me see, I just fucking pulled a number out of a hat. How's 6 feet, not 4 feet or 8 feet, 10 feet? Dude, I was in a fucking store and I wanted to buy eggs. And I asked the guy who was wearing in the egg section, back then we all had masks. And I could smell his rotten, fucking, nasty, stinky breath through his mask into my mask and my nose. And I wasn't close to him. I'm like, dude, you know what I mean? He was eating like curry shit or whatever the fuck that was. But
that was stupid. The stupidest thing ever, too, was when you go to supermarket, you had to walk down, follow the arrows, and you can only walk one way. And like it was like a one-way. I mean, it was like, fuck this. Come on.
Yeah, I had a problem with a guy in there. I had a fucking few problems with people, but I had a problem with a guy freaking out because my mask came down to here, and he's like, "Hey, mask over the nose," and I said, "Fuck you," and he goes, "You're a Trump supporter." That's what he said to me.
Really?
Said, "You're damn right." I said, "Fuck you," and I started chasing him, and he ran down the aisle. It was like fucking funny.
Yeah, that was fucking.
It was in Walmart in Poughkeepsie, not Poughkeepsie, Fishkill. It was fucking funny.
I had an argument with someone because they're like, "You got to be 6 feet," and I might have been
same thing.
I might have been like 4 feet.
I had that same thing
He's
too.
like 6 feet. I'm like, really? Another foot? Okay, whatever.
Remember now, Lucy? I came around a corner, and he came around a corner. This other guy, and he's like, 6 feet, get back! And there's still people. The other day, I was in a store, and there were 2 young girls, and they had masks on. And this is because I think the hantavirus, they're all afraid, oh my God, it's going to come out, I'm going to die like that, And they're, dude, you're not going to catch the hantavirus. It's no. Come on now.
No.
But they I think Democrats would love that, to shut everything down again. Dude, Walmart's never been the same. None of these places, there's no diners, or very few diners are open 24 hours. There are some, but most aren't. fucking not Canal Street, the fucking, Little Italy, fucking Chinatown, a lot of stuff that's been open since the 1930s is closed now. They were open 24 hours, now they're closed. It's just unbelievable.
Did you see that fucking man dummy says that our deficit from $12 million is now to zero? To New York, he got the budget down to zero.
He's full
Do you
of
know
shit.
how he did it? He took a loan from the state of like 8 million or 8 whatever it was, or 8 billion, whatever it was, and brought everything down. It's all smoke and mirrors.
He's so full of shit. Everything else is up. It's so fucking bad. They're losing fucking people. That's why he's saying, come back to New York. If you move to Florida, we want you back. Because all the fucking big business, they're saying Wall Street eventually may move to Florida. And there's no more, imagine New York with no more Wall Street.
Oh my God.
And come on, you got to be out of your fucking mind.
Because it's fucking too expensive,
Dude,
man.
you know what his
fucking roof.
But you know what his grocery store is? His free grocery, the grocery store, you know what
bread,
it is?
potatoes.
Yeah, you know what it is? It's a food pantry. That's all it is. You go there, you get bananas, apple, you get some fucking home, like some fucking Ugas mac and cheese that you can get in dollar store. You know what I mean? It's just like mac and
Fiberlize.
cheese.
They got Fiberlize there or anything?
Yeah, no Fiberlize. Nothing healthy. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
I'd like the lactose intolerant milk, like the lactate 0%. They'd be like, yeah, okay. You know what you're getting? You're getting fucking what we give you, state milk. That's what you get.
That's what you're getting. Yeah. The dude said, fellas, did you cover the passing of Donald Gibb? He played Ogre on Revenge of the Nerds. Yes, I heard about that. He passed away.
No,
you remember Ogre from
Revenge of the Nerds? Of course. I just saw he was just he had something that he was talking about recently in the news, like 2 months ago. I didn't know he died.
He was doing one of the conventions up here, maybe about I don't know, not too long ago, maybe in December.
Yeah, I just saw a thing with him, Joe. I swear to God, 3 months ago, I just saw like he was talking about some shit. Oh, that was crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
No, I didn't see that. Yep.
Yeah, what we got here. Mr. G. Johnny says, it's not that there's a different science. It's that we don't fully understand the universe yet. Gravity, anti-gravity, dark matter, multiple dimensions.
I understand, but you have to understand that these scientists have a pretty fucking good handle on shit. They know when solar flares. They know all of that shit. They can tell you. I mean, look. I know you guys really know. I want it to be true. I kind of want it to be true too. But I don't know. I'm not the fucking scientist. I can't tell you for sure whether there is or there isn't. But I can tell you that according to the fucking guys that do the math, they say it's. They're saying they're not saying it don't exist. They're saying, it's almost like back in the fucking, in the fucking 1300s. If you had a girlfriend that lived in fucking, I don't know, in a castle in England, and you lived, you were here in fucking New York City, you ain't gonna be able to get to her. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not gonna happen. You're not gonna get a boat and cross the Atlantic in a rowboat. It ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? You get squashed.
AJ 1988 says, I've seen a few UFOs. The last one was like a fireball cruising by just above my house height, then disappeared like someone flicked a light switch.
I don't know. I'm not saying you didn't see that. I don't know if it's an alien. It could be a fucking. I've seen like what do you call them? With a fucking where you get the streaking light. What is it, like a rock that's fucking comes through the fucking atmosphere? What do you call that, Joe, again? Like a shooting star. You know what I mean? It's not really a shooting star, but I've seen that, and I've seen that a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Dan says, I have to run. Joe and Greg, just want to thank you guys for doing the show every week. You guys are the best. Thank you, Dan. The dude says, I got my team and MD Anderson, and I'm on TRT, and they're all on board with TRT. No growth hormone.
Good. Don't do fucking growth. You don't need it. Are you going for a show? No. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't like growth hormone. Fuck that shit. Just take the fucking test. You're fine. You're fine. Especially I'm older, bro. The last thing I need is problems.
Our truck stop's still open 24 hours down there. Certain ones, yes, over here.
Yeah, there's certain ones. I mean, you could park your truck, but is it like where there's a diner with it and all that shit like you see in the movies? I don't know. We live here in New York. It's not quite like that, but
no.
I don't know.
Diners used to be 24 hours. Now they're not.
Most diners are not open anymore, 24 hours. Diners are known. That's the diner's mantra, right, Joe?
Yeah.
You got to find you're on the road. It's 2 a.m. You're going on a long trip. You want a cup of coffee or something. You want to get a little something to eat. You look for a diner. Not anymore.
No, they're very
great reboot. That's a Democrat. Blame your Democrats. It's the great people bitching. Look at the price of gas. Well, what do you think we were paying when fucking Biden was president? It's the same price. It dropped down to the twos in fucking Trump, and it's gonna drop back down. But look at eggs. I'm getting eggs $1.99 and shit like that. When Biden was here, they were $8.99. You know what I'm saying? Butter was $6, $7, $6.99. You know what I mean? I'm getting it cheaper. Milk, like my girlfriend to put in for my girlfriend's coffee, the half and half. It's like fucking, it's $1 cheaper than it was. It's still that those prices haven't gone up.
No.
The only thing is tough as beef.
Yeah. Blue Horseshoe says, does Gregg pray?
Yes,
he does pray.
Of course I do. Are you kidding me? I'm fucking. Look, I wear rosary beads. Those are rosary beads. I don't wear them for good looks. You don't even see them. I wear rosary. Yes, I pray. I pray a lot. I'm very,
Steve Z said, what about Tower 7, Gregg? Tell us.
Steven.
He thinks that was blown up again.
Let me tell you something. Joe, if I blew up your house, I blew it up and it fucking boom, like that. Excuse me. If I drove an airplane into your house and it blew up, because he could say, see, you're saying it blew up. Somebody blew it up. Nobody blew that shit up. But let's play devil's advocate. Joe, I drive an airplane in your house and your house explodes. There's a good chance the house next door to you is going to go get either lit on fire or explode too. You know what I mean? It's, it's that way. Do you understand? 100%. The impact of that is so strong. Even if you were standing there, it could throw you fucking, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, all that stuff that was falling from the buildings and everything when they hit it, I mean, that's one of the reasons why it fell, whatever happened to it. But it's crazy.
Steve, I bet you building 7, though, the showers didn't leak, Steve. That's a little inside joke between me and Steven.
Okay. Blue Horseshoe said, I looked into Gannibal because of Gregg.
I loved it, Gannibal. I loved it. I didn't like Decca. I didn't like Decca. I did get Decca Dick. I took the fucking, Kate Bergolin to counter that.
Yeah,
I do like I like Gannibal. I had equipoise too. I was arrested with all that shit. I had the real equipoise, American equipoise, but there's something about Gannibal that I loved. The Dominican, maybe it's because Dominican. I don't know. I loved it.
Wow.
I love the Polish D-ball. Unbelievable. Metanable. Unbelievable.
Wow, Gregg, we already went an hour, man. Let's go back.
I know, Joe. I can't. Joe, it always feels like Brian Pablo. I'm gonna get.
Get a hold of Brian Pablo and get a hold of him and talk to him. He's got a story for you. He wants to talk to you about some fatherly advice. But congrats on being a father, Brian.
Yes, congratulations, Brian. Glad to see you back. And I don't know where Rick Simon is, but Rick, if you're still pissed at me because I said something, you're allowed to have your opinion. I have plenty of friends and people that I know that, are liberal and you know what I mean. Oh, Trump's a fucking Nazi,
Yep. All right. Well, thank you guys, Knight Rider, Brian Pablo, Dan, of course, Jack the Beaver. All you guys. I want to just thank you guys for joining us every week. We love you guys.
Thank you.
See you guys next week. Gregg, I'll talk to you in a little bit.
All right. I'll talk to you, Joe. I love all you guys.
Thank you, man. Bye-bye.
Started from nothing. Jersey streets, we owned it. Jay-Z pumping iron. Bodybuilding.